second quadrant that we're going to address within the reconnaissance stage of your business journey is the one that we term territory. This is the environment in which you conduct your business. It's not just the marketplace, but it's all sorts of other things, as we'll describe as we go through the elements. We start off with geography. This is the part of the business environment or the business territory that is related to the physical aspects. Are you talking about running your business in central London, West End district, or are you talking about running it into a region? Is it national? Is it international? What aspects of the territory are definitive? For example, you may have a product that you're selling to people who speak a single language, for example, English. So are you selling into a particular territory that has those sorts of descriptions as well? So the geography of a business in its widest sense. The next one is research about that particular environment that you conduct your business in. What's its size? Are there any competitors that you face in that business? What are the attributes of the territory that you need to understand in terms of acceptability of the product? So the basic research that gives you a grasp of the environment in which you're conducting your business. So rather than just say, I do business in London, I do business in New York, what do you understand about that particular territory that you've elected? Some people might think that what we're talking about here is a SWOT analysis. For those unfamiliar with the term, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. I think that's more to do with either the business vehicle itself or the products within the vehicle. Here we're talking about an environment that exists that we have to understand. Certainly the research should unpack some of the influences on that the territory has on our business, but basically what we're trying to do here is to stress the importance of finding out as much as possible about the environment in which your business is being conducted. Just to move into a town is obviously insufficient. Moving into a territory is obviously insufficient. You have to do the work. You have to put in your X thousand hours in understanding what your business is about in terms of the territory. And just to show you what we're talking about here, we define market as an aspect of territory rather than the whole of the territory. Market is basically that sector of the business territory that we're particularly focused on. So I may have a product that can be used by all sectors of the industry, but my focus is on the sports and entertainment sector. So what's my marketplace, even though my product can be used elsewhere? So it's showing that we understand where the focus of our product marketing is all about. Then we go to a stage further down, which is to define the customers within that marketplace. In other words, to understand the profile of the businesses or individuals and to demonstrate that we have actually done our targeting research correctly. So if there's a misalignment between what my customers are looking for and what the attributes are and my product, then this should identify that. So to demonstrate that I understand what my customers' needs are, maybe some of the demographics, age groups, to understand what their disposable income is if it's an individual, to understand what the buying process of a customer is if it's a corporation or if I'm in a business-to-business sell. So what are the attributes of my customers that are relevant to my business? The next element in our territory quadrant is the marketing system, and this is different to the sales system, which we're coming on to next. The marketing system is, how do I identify where my customers are? How do I identify what's needed to reach those customers and engage with them? And what activities or processes and what strategies do I have that actually connects with my customers and engages with them? So it's the marketing system of customer engagement, rather than the sales system, which is the next element, is having actually reached and engaged with my customers, how do I then convert a potential interest into a sale, and then what's the process downstream there for taking the money, executing the sale, processing the order, and actually then sending out the goods to complete the sales process. That's the subtle difference between a marketing system and a sales system. Marketing system, finding and reaching my prospective customers. Sales, converting those customers, those prospective customers, to sales, and then executing the sale. Then we need to know, having established that we do have the capabilities to do business in this marketplace, we need to know a little bit about the competition. Because obviously, if we have no competition, that's a whole different ball game than typically that we do have competition. We have direct competition, which is people who produce products similar to mine, or people who are producing products that answer the same needs or are targeting the same needs that my product is. So the products may be slightly dissimilar or not at all the same, but they are addressing the same set of needs. So that's direct competitors, people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing. Indirect competitors, and this is very, very important, indirect competitors is what other things would my customers be spending their money on instead of spending it with me. So in terms of a business, for example, rather than buy a new vehicle, if I'm selling a fleet vehicle service, then what other things would they be spending their money on? If it's a consumer, rather than buy insurance on the new goods that they bought for their house, maybe they prefer to go on holiday. So it's the competitiveness of other things that could divert the spend power I'm looking to convert onto other things. So direct competitors, indirect competitors. And then the final thing about our territory is what we've termed compliance and legal. At one end of the scale, it's, are there any qualifications or processes that I have to accredit my product for to be able to sell it in the first place? Are there any qualifications that my business has to go through? Maybe I have to have an ISO standard before I'm allowed to sell my products into the marketplace that I've defined.